Arkansas. Senator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Phelan, thank you for being willing to do this very important job. The Navy, in particular, means a lot to me. I spent 25 years on active duty in the United States Navy, one of the great fighting forces in the world. I understand earlier you mentioned my Ships for America Act. I appreciate that. Senator Young and I and House members are working on bringing back the U.S. Merchant Marine from its rather dismal state of about 80 ocean-going merchant vessels to something much larger than that. Our adversary on the oceans, China, has 5,500 ocean-going merchant ships. We have 80. We've got to rebuild this industry. It's a national security and economic security issue for us. So thank you for bringing it up. Look forward to getting your feedback on the legislation. But what I want to discuss now is something more specific, a weapon system called SLCM-N, the nuclear version of the submarine-launched cruise missile that is sort of being debated. I want to make sure we're clear on the direction of the system and understand the opportunity costs that might come with fielding it. So if we field SLCM-N, it would likely necessitate removing some conventional munitions from Virginia-class submarines and making some significant changes to the security systems, the launch control systems within the submarines. So, and that is concerning to me if we wind up in a conflict in the Western Pacific with China. I don't think that conflict is inevitable. One of our great advantages over other navies is our submarine force. So, Mr. Phelan, given the cost and operational challenges, do you believe the SLCM and the nuclear-armed sea-launched cruise missile program is worth some of the trade-offs? And if confirmed, what direction do you plan to take the Navy in with regards to the integration of this missile? And do you think we need it for deterrence?
Senator Kelly, thank you for the question. I did appreciate time we spent in your office and your viewpoints on this. I thought were interesting. I think, look, I've not been read into the program, so I don't have classified information, so it makes it a little difficult for me to ask you. I know there's very strong debates on both sides as it relates to it, and I look forward to working with the Secretary of Defense to come up with what we hope will be the optimal answer as it relates to it. So if confirmed, I look forward to working with you on the program and better understanding the pros and cons of it and hopefully coming up with the best solution.
Yeah, it's a big decision. It's one of the, I'd say, bigger ones that Navy has to face with regards to a weapon system. Another decision that's going to have to be made here at some point is whether to move forward with the development of FAXX. So this is the Navy's version of NGAD, the Next Generation Air Dominance Fighter. We need an asymmetric capability. My view on this in trying to penetrate the A2AD bubble that China has built in the Western Pacific is we need a capability that can fight its way in. Right now, the F-35 has fantastic capability, very hard to see on radar. I mean, its stealth qualities of that airplane, are not matched anywhere else in the world. But China continues to, build significant weapon systems, surface-to-air, air-to-air missile systems that have much greater range, ways to detect fighter aircrafts. This is changing very, very rapidly. So I'm not going to ask you a question on this. I just want some reassurance that you understand the challenge in the Western Pacific, that we can't just replace this stuff right now anyway with unmanned systems. Hearing some of that from some corners of the administration where the thought is that we could just do all this stuff with drones. We can't. We do not control the electronic warfare environment the way we would need to do that. I think someday we could get there. I just don't believe now's the day. And with the Chinese, some of their innovation, there are areas where we've traditionally stayed way ahead. I'm concerned that we're getting to the point in some of these areas where they are catching up. And these are the kind of things we need. So thank you. I look forward.